In the ring?
In the ring, specifically.
I mean, can Oliver use lethal force?
I mean, cage match. So let's say in the cage.
I mean, you're putting me in a tough spot here, Cass, because Oliver would kick the shit out of Jack Spade. What am I supposed to do?
Watch my new show.
Okay, well,
My previous character would beat him up.
okay, well then let me pull it back, lighten it up a little bit. Leather versus spandex.
Spandex.
Yeah, I think that might be my preference too. So all the more reason to watch Sundays at 9 o'clock.
Well, I think that there's going to be a lot of people in the crowd that agree with me. Putting on a superhero suit's pretty awesome. It really is. And I miss it. I miss leather on a hot summer day. I really do. Here's a nice way to keep slim. But no, honestly, I miss putting on the superhero suit. Putting on the arrow suit legitimately would change my posture, it would change the way that I speak, the way that I walk, and not just because I was trying to do the arrow voice. Like it would literally like fundamentally change how I felt. So I miss that. I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My favorite arc was Slade in terms of story. It's being able to tell a story about a big villain that you arc out over 2 seasons and then get to revisit the way that we did in season 5 and 6. I can't remember if we did it after that, but that was really special. My favorite villain though for me was Josh Segarra's Prometheus. I'm sorry, was that not the right answer?
What's your...
Well, I mean, Jack hasn't
Hale?
committed murder yet.
Yet, huh?
Yeah, tune in this Sunday.
Coming out hot with episode 2, huh?
My favorite part about playing a villain thus far has been walking to the ring, and we had sort of 200 to 250 extras for our wrestling scenes on heels. They had to really commit to being a part of the show. They had to go into the testing protocols for all of our protocols shooting during the pandemic. And my favorite part would be walking to the ring, and they're instructed to be super close and booing and yelling, but they would give somebody popcorn, and as I would walk by, I would just take it right up into their face. You ever done that to somebody? It's awesome. I don't know that I watched last episode. Actually, I was there.
I mean, I don't spend every moment with you.
My favorite episode was, my favorite crossover was the Elseworlds crossover where I got to be Barry Allen, got to be the Flash. Thank you. That was the one that you were in.
I too enjoyed that crossover. Yeah.
That had nothing to do with it. I liked that crossover because the crossovers had the tendency, and it's not a criticism, it's just a reality, they would get very, very big and grandiose, and we get away from those character moments and interactions. And the Elseworlds crossover, despite the fact that it was really big and introduced Lois Lane and all of a sudden had Barry and Oliver interact with Clark Kent and all of those things, and was body swapping and all that stuff. It really was more of a character piece. It was about Barry and Oliver and Kara and their journeys and trying to figure out where they were, and we got to shoot a lot of stuff where it was just the 3 of us. Yeah, that was my favorite. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, I prefer the superhero suit. Super fun. Superhero moves, superhero poses, walking away from explosions without looking back. That's all very cool. but it does tend to be a little bit more monotonous in terms of doing it because it's piece by piece by piece by piece. Whereas in the wrestling ring, we actually get to run these things along, and I need to rely more on myself, frankly, because you can hide stuff with lighting and with a hood and a mask on Arrow, whereas there's not a lot to hide in Speedo.
Keep coming back to the spandex.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.